मैं हूं करीम तबस्सुम मंगेलो एज ए मेंबर ऑफ पैट्स पाकिस्तान एप्टीट्यूड टेस्टिंग सर्विस। मैं आज इंटरव्यू में हूं। इंटरव्यू में बेहतरीन फेमस मशहूर डॉक्टर जिन्होंने सेंट बोनावेंचर स्कूल से मैट्रिक किया और आउटस्टैंडिंग अवार्ड हासिल किया। फिर उन्होंने फर्स्ट ईयर इंटर का जो एक लम्हा होता है वो उन्होंने सुपीरियर कॉलेज ऑफ साइंस से किया। उन्होंने A1 ग्रेड हासिल किया। फिर उन्होंने लम्स का टेस्ट दिया, मेरिट से वो हैदराबाद डिस्ट्रिक्ट से उन्होंने एक अपनी सीट पाई और सीट ली। फिर उन्होंने लम्स यूनिवर्सिटी में अभी माशाल्लाह वो एक मतलब स्टूडेंट, होशियार स्टूडेंट और पोजीशन होल्डर स्टूडेंट है। अस्सलाम वालेकुम डॉक्टर अदनान साहब।
वालेकुम अस्सलाम। ये मेरे लिए बड़ी खुशी की बात है कि मैं पाकिस्तान एप्टीट्यूड टेस्टिंग सर्विस के लिए इंटरव्यू दे रहा हूँ। ये मेरे लिए बहुत खुशी का लम्हा है।
डॉक्टर साहब आपसे मुझे एक सवाल पूछनी है। व्हाट इज मोस्ट इम्पोर्टेंट थिंग्स फॉर एनी स्टूडेंट?
See, the most important thing for any student is why you want to study. This is the very most important thing for any student, because if you don't have any reason to study, you cannot do any study. For a student to sit for 16 hours or for 10 hours on a single seat in front of a single table in a single room requires determination, and determination cannot be get just because of nothing. You need a very big why, the reason for your study, why you are studying. For example, most of the parents complain their child that their children do not study. Actually, the fault is not with the student, that's the child, but there is a fault with the parents, because they haven't cleared the concept why to study to their children. So for any student who is going to study, especially the aptitude testing or the entry test or any field of education he is going to enter, he must be very well determined, cleared, crystal clear concept in his mind why he want to study. Because, for example, if I have to go to Karachi, I should have a first reason why I am going there, instead of just going out of no reason. So we should have a reason why I want to study.
Sir, what is your reason for study?
Gentlemen, see, it varies from student to student. I got some one reason, and some other people will got a different reason. So it's not same for everyone. Most of the student, especially in my profession, medical field, most of people say we study to help mankind. But yes, it could be the reason, but it's not practical. Be very honest. This is not the practical reason. One cannot study for 10 hours because to help mankind without gaining his own benefits. So what I say to my friends, you should make some reason that is practical, not just idealistic. For example, if I want to study, I am studying, I have to support my family. I have to see for example, some can have a reason that he has to live a luxurious life. Yes, it could be wrong or right, we will decide later on. But for the reason, the main force, the inner fire that one can have to study is the reason, and one has to find its own self. You cannot make my reason and portray to every student that this is your reason to study. Every student has to find its own reason why he wants to study, and he is the only person who is going to find it out. Thank you.
Doctor Saab, how much time a student give to study?
See, Tabassum, it depends on it varies from student to student. Actually, what I believe is it's not how much time you give for your study. Basically, it depends upon quality time. I am the firm believer of a quality time, not a quantity time. The thing which matters for the student is to give a quality time, the time in which he is fully concentrated to the studies, rather than giving a quantity time. For example, if a student is giving a 1 hour fully concentrated, not having any distraction during his study, is far much superior than a student giving 4 hours study, non-concentrating and having full of distractions, TV, mobile, Facebook, WhatsApp and many other things like that. The student which is giving 1 hour for the study will retain information far more superior than the person who is studying 4 hours and having a distraction, because the memory of a person totally depends on concentration level. The recall which you the recalling power of a person depends on concentration. So one should be very much clear that no matter what time he gives to the study, but it should be a quality time, not the quantity time. You got my point?
Yes.
And secondly, you are asking me about the aptitude testing, the entry test time.
Yes.
So ideally, I will say the person to study as much as he can, considering in mind the quality time, concentration. Once he get tired, he should take a break of the study and should find it himself what time he should to study. For example, when I was preparing for the entry test, I usually give 8 hours a day, normal test. When it comes closer to the entry test, I was giving 10 hours a day. So it's my own habit. It can vary from a student to student. So I will say a student find himself what time suit to him.
Sir, what was your timing for study?
Tabassum, when I was preparing for my entry test, I usually wake up in Fajr. After performing Fajr and performing my religious rituals, I sit on for studies and will carry on till Zohar, from Fajr to Zohar. And between that time, I take some breaks for breakfast, going washroom, and for some very necessary things. And after Zohar means you can calculate the Zohar is at approximate 1:30. After 1:30, I had a lunch. After lunch, I take a noon nap, because it's very necessary for a student to take the noon nap, because it will regenerate the neurotransmitter in your brain and which will enhance your recalling power. It will give you a transient relaxation and will boost up your memory. So I will take a noon nap of 1 hour after lunch, and after taking an 1 hour noon nap, I again sit down for the study. I will carry on till the Asar, means 5 o'clock approximately. After 5 o'clock, after Asar I have a tea with my family, and while having a family, just for the relaxation, and we talk and we discuss two things and with the family's affair, and it will clear the mind of a person and will give a transient relaxation of the mind, because your mind is not organized to just focus on one thing and forgetting all other things, because your mind needs some relaxation on focusing on different aspect of the life as well. So after Asar, I'll sit down with my family and have a tea and a few talks with them, and after Asar there's a Maghrib to Isha. I take few time, 15 minutes for exercise. After exercising, again the 15 minutes after exercising, I again sit down for the study and will carry on till Isha. After Isha, approximate 8:30 usually. 8:30, I again sit down for the study and carry on till 12 o'clock. And this way, approximately, I get 10 hours for the study. Because everything is necessary for the student. Giving time to your family is necessary. Exercising is necessary, because it will increase the blood flow to the brain, and which will help you in your study and refreshing your mind. And this pattern, it was my pattern, but it will vary from student to student. I will not recommend that every student should follow my timetable, but what I followed, I am conveying to you.
Our audience. What strategies you want to give to our audience?
First, I would like to divide the study tips into two categories. Number one is that is not academic, not related to the study, but it will affect indirectly to your study. Second are academic tips, which is directly related to your study. So first, coming to the non-academic tips. Number one is that for study, for long study, you need a very good sleep, very good sound sleep, and preferably, according to the scientific research, any student needs 7 to 8 hours very good sleep for maintaining its memory and remembering everything which he has read. So in this perspective, a student can give a 6 hour at night sleep and 1 hour a noon nap. It will give a number of 7 hours sleep. But if he is sleeping for 8 hours, it is best for him. Because the more you sleep, the more you are giving your time to your brain to store the memory. And the second tip which I would like to give is a good diet, a good food diet. While studying, your brain needs a continuous source of glucose, because this is the only nutrient which brain utilizes for energy, glucose. So for studying long time, you need a constant source of glucose. Means you have to maintain your diet.
Yes.
You cannot skip any meal or any snacks just for the sake of study. In this way, if you do so, you are compromising your health and indirectly your studies. The more you are healthy, the more you will be fit for the study. So you should have a good diet, a very good breakfast, a good lunch and a dinner, and in between this you can have a tea, you can have a green tea, a coffee. With them you can have a biscuits, and for the you can have any dry fruit type of things. It will help you for in short term. It will provide a transit energy. And the third thing which I would like to advise to my friends is stop being socializing. You have to cut down all distractions. If you fail to do so, you are compromising your time to please other people, which have nothing to do with your profession or with your future. With socializing, I mean what Facebook, WhatsApp, and all other social media that you got. You have to cut down all these things, because only in this way you are going to achieve your target. I will not saying you should stop acquiring a good knowledge from the net or from other resources. Yes, of course, Facebook also provides some sort of good knowledge and keep us up to date regarding information. But this should not mean you should keep on using Facebook for the hours and hours. You should be very specific for your time, because time is the only thing that matters in everything of life, every aspect of life. If you compromise if you sacrifice your time, means you are sacrificing your future. So if you secure your time, you are securing your future. So don't waste your time on pleasing others, sharing their status, sharing their post, liking their post, and all the stupids. You should be refrain yourself from all this, and very specific to your goal, your target. And the fourth thing I would like to say to my student is they need a good guidance. Mean to say, they should avoid their friends, their few relatives, or you can say anybody in their life who is a negative minded person, who always discourage you, the feelings, your thoughts that you have. You have to have a space from them. You have to be away from them, because these are the only people which is making you down. Every human being have a regenerative thoughts, have a positive thinking. But if you keep on being with those friends or those people who are negative minded, who always discourage you, you will lose to everything. They always discourage you. For example, nobody in this world is full of knowledge. Everybody has got deficits. If you come, if you are in contact with a friend who always discourage you, means ask you questions which you don't know, and you feel discouraged, I will straightforward say you should avoid that friend. You do not need to be involved during this time, particularly with this friend. You can excuse him. You say, I have to study, I cannot entertain you, and in this way you should avoid those people who are negative minded, and include yourself in the company of those who are positive minded, who encourages you, who help you in your studies, and discuss them, have in touch with them, have a group discussion with them, have a group study with them, and try to be more, spend your extra time which is minus study time with those people which help you in building your future. Coming to the second part of my study tips is academic tips. For academic tips, the most important thing is planning. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So for study, what you want to study, what time distribution, whether study distribution, whether subject distribution you want to make, you should have a plan, a paperwork, a paper draft you should have, what I have to study, what time I am having, and in this time how much I have to complete now and how much on tomorrow and day after tomorrow. This way the whole planning should be on a paper. This whole plan should be on the paper. After planning, the second thing is when you are studying. For example, you have plan, I have to give 4 hours to study, for example. So in this 4 hours, if you sit up for the continuous 4 hours, then it will limit your concentration power. So what I learned from my study is you should do interval studies, because according to the medical research, the human concentration is usually built for just 20 minutes. After that, it will start decreasing its level. So you should have interval study in a way that you should give your study time 30 minutes. For 30 minutes you study, and after 30 minutes you take a break of 10 minutes. And after 10 minutes you again sit for the study and study for again 30 minutes. And this cycle will repeat again and again till your 4 hour time. It will help you in recalling the memory which you have learned 30 minutes before, and it will help you to make to build up to your concentrated power in a single pace. So in this way you should have an interval study. The third is, while you are studying, make it sure that you are free of distractions. Means you should be sitting in a room or a place or a library where there is no intervention or there is no disturbance at that place. Disturbance in the sort of people talking or people anything like that, and also in the way of your social life, means you're having a mobile, laptop, iPad, all these things is a sort of distraction if you are not concentrating to your studies. For example, you are studying, also your mobile is online on Facebook, WhatsApp, you are online on WhatsApp and all other social media networks. So in this way you will be distracting your memory, because the memory depends on concentration. So you should be making sure that you are free of distractions. When you are decided to study, then you should only study. The fourth thing that I would like to suggest my friends is to do the past papers. Anything you do, for example the entry test, you should take past paper from your friends or from other sources, from other institutes. You should try to get them, and after getting them you should try to practice them. Not necessarily they will repeat in your test, but it will give you idea what sort of question, what type of question could be asked in your test, and it will help you to make a structured BCQ for every topic you study. So may give a daily basis time, sometimes 15 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, 1 hour, but you should give daily to past papers, because in this way you will be well assured that what you are studying is necessary. It's not best of time, because most of the time what we do, we memorize the thing which is not necessary for us, and will forget the thing which is not which is very necessary for us. You should be very assured the thing which you are memorizing is necessary for your test. Thank you, that's all.
Any ending remarks?
And the last, I would like to say, when you are preparing for your entry test, then it is a time of very tension. Every student is very tense and pressurized, and that whether he is going to be selected in a particular university or institution or not. So I will suggest at this time, this is not in your hand. You can just do what is in your capability and ability. You cannot make it sure that you will be selected in that university. So stop being under pressurized. Live your life, a very happy life. Your future has been already been destined and your destiny, so no need to be worried. Only thing which you have to do on your behalf is to work hard till your last limit. Don't distress and leave your medals to Almighty. If it is better for your future profession, Allah will keep you. And it's not, then stop being fighting with it for it. You have to do your work and let Allah do His work. And the last, I would like to tell my audience, it was an honor for me to have a talk with Pakistan Aptitude Service, and I will recommend every student of undergoing this process to avail the facilities. And I personally like the programs, the packages. They will provide you online courses, and they will give you a quality time and lectures from well-known professor lectures, and also the fresh graduate of the institutions, and they will give you interviews from the students who have just cleared the entry test, and it sound very good to me. In Hyderabad city, they have organized to such a level a good work. And I will suggest every student to avail this opportunity, avail the packages, and try your best. And my best wishes are with you. And have a best of luck. Thank you.